Welcome to the online class conducted by the Department of Botany, Marthoma College, Chungadara. I am Elizabeth George, and today we will discuss more topics on economic botany. First, we will see what spices are. All aromatic vegetable products that are used for flavoring food and drinks are known as spices. In many cases, the term is restricted to hard or hardened parts of plants, which are normally used in a crushed state. But actually, freshly added spices are also included in this group. As we all know, Indian food is very rich in spices, and Indian food is termed to be spicy. This is due to the fact that almost all types of spices are grown in India. India is or can be considered as the motherland of most of the spices. Cardamom, pepper, clove, cinnamon, ginger, mustard, cumin seeds, fenugreek, chili, turmeric, allspice, bay leaf, coriander. This list goes on. It was this mind-blowing feature of India that attracted almost all the foreign rulers to colonize our country. And they used these exporting of the spices to gain much more amount of foreign wealth. So this actually attracted these foreigners to our place. Another allied group which is commonly used in cooked food is condiments. Condiment is a seasoning or other edible substance which is used to improve the taste of food. They possess a sharp taste and are commonly added to cooked food. Can include anything. A ketchup or a chutney can also be added in the group of condiments. Spices and condiments are added to improve the aroma and taste of the food. And in many cases, many of these spices also aid in better digestion, disinfection, etc. We will discuss mainly about a few spices which are used in major form. The first and important spice of India is pepper. Its binomial name is Piper nigrum and belongs to the family Piperaceae. The morphology of the useful part is fruits. As the people of Kerala, we are all familiar with pepper or Piper nigrum. I don't think there is any home in Kerala without a piper plant. Its main distribution in India is in Kerala, Karnataka and Assam, and this was known as the black gold. And to be exact, this pepper or this black gold brought the Britishers and the other foreign rulers to colonize our country. This is mainly used in the form of a spice, a condiment, or a flavoring agent. Can be used in all types of food and is also an important ingredient of many of the Ayurvedic preparations. Irrespective of the food, it is seen in continental foods. The use of pepper is seen in Indian foods also, Oriental and continental foods. So in almost all parts of the world, pepper is used and it is a highly demanded crop. Next is cardamom. The binomial name is Elateria cardamomum. It belongs to the family Zingiberaceae. You can see the picture of the plant here. It looks like the ginger plant. I think almost all of you are familiar with the ginger plant. It is belonging to the same family as ginger. The morphology of the useful part is flowers and seeds. A specialty of cardamom plants is the flowers remain unopened and mainly the female flowers which turn into the cardamom pod is remaining unopened while the seeds and also the flowers are used. Its general uses include spice for flavoring cakes, biscuits, sweet dishes, curries, etc., and also is an important ingredient for Ayurvedic preparations. This plant has its inflorescence with the flowers at the base of the plant, and you can see a large clusters of inflorescence arising from the base of the plant. This is the picture of the fruits and a small opened flower, and this fruit is further dried to produce the cardamom that we normally use at home. So this is cardamom, Elateria cardamomum. So make sure that you are familiar with the binomial name, the family, the morphology of the useful part, and major uses. Here, as we discussed, the flowers and seeds are mainly used as the spice. The next one is ginger. Its binomial name is Zingiber officinale. It belongs to the family Zingiberaceae. Mainly, the rhizome of the plant is used as a spice. Its major distribution is in India, and when compared to the other states, it is mostly grown in Kerala. And Kerala is mainly known for many types of or many varieties of ginger. Apart from India, it is grown in southern China, Japan, Taiwan, Nigeria, etc. Coming to the uses, it is mainly used as condiment in food and confectionery. It is a carminative, that is helps in digestion. It is a stimulant and aromatic spice used commonly to cure dyspepsia, colic diseases. The oil is used in soft drinks and liqueurs as spice. It is also used in bakery products, curries and pickles. So this rhizome is the major part used. It forms small buds which can be replanted to obtain the plant. So this is a ginger plantation as seen in the picture. So these are the three spices: pepper, cardamom and ginger that we are discussing now. Next we will move on to medicinal plants. Plants are used as medicines from time immemorial. If we clearly observe nature, we can see that even animals use many of the plants to cure their ailments. We can see small birds, cats, primates like monkeys and chimpanzees going and rushing and having some leaf or some twig when they are feeling any discomfort. The specialized metabolites, that are chemicals produced inside the plants, are responsible for these curative responses by the plants. Many of these compounds belong to groups known as the secondary metabolites, which are produced and stored in the plants for defense purpose. Among these compounds, the major used compounds are alkaloids, which are mainly medicinally important. Other secondary metabolites are also therapeutically and nutritionally important, but considering the medicinal benefits, immediate medicinal benefits, we can see that alkaloids play an important role. They are compounds or medicinal plants are major components of many important drug preparations all around the world. Apart from the main system of treatment, there are alternative forms of medicines like Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha and homeopathy. And you can say that all these allied groups of medicines depend on plants for their drug source. Quinine is used for treating malaria. It is the bark of a tree known as cinchona. Atropine is obtained from Atropa belladonna, ephedrine from ephedra. We can get more number of compounds and medicines if we enlist the plants and their uses as medicinal plants. It is said that, or there is a saying among the pharmacologists who use or who study about plants, they say that there is no plant which can be considered as not useful or can be considered as weeds. All the plants have some or the other use. Many of the plants that we pluck out saying that it is a weed, it is useless, are having some or the other properties important to nutritional or therapeutic properties. We will discuss a few plants belonging to this class of economically important plants. So we'll see some medicinal plants. An important plant in India is Adathoda. The binomial name is Justicia adathoda or Adathoda basica. It is the synonym binomial name. It belongs to the family Acanthaceae. The morphology of the useful part is leaves, flowers and roots. The distribution, mainly it is seen as what I told before. It is normally considered as a weed in many places. It is commonly seen distributed in wastelands and other habitats. The major use is it is a source of drug Vasaka used to treat bronchitis. It is used for treating cold, cough, chronic bronchitis and asthma. The plant is used in the form of fresh juice, decoction, infusion or powder. So if we take the case of medicinal plants as we discussed in spices, it can be used in many forms. It can be used either freshly or it can be dried and used. So in many cases when we dry the medicinal plants, we dry it in the shade, not in the sun, not exposed to the sun. So this is to avoid the evaporation or the escape of many volatile compounds seen in many of the plants. So in many cases, the plants are freshly used in order to preserve these volatile compounds. So as you know, volatile compounds are easily vaporizable and easily escape from the source. So in order to avoid this, many plants are used as fresh, and those which have much more stability are used in the dried form, or if we need to preserve it for longer time, it is used in the dried form. In many plants, medicinal plants, we can say that the dried form and the fresh form have different properties, different curative properties. Another form or another usage is the part which is used. We can either use the leaves, the flowers, the root, the stem, the buds or fruits, or the whole plant is used. It can be used as juices, it can be used as decoction, or it can be used in crushed form. In some cases, the plant is eaten as whole. So you can take medicinal plants in different forms. All depends upon the therapeutic effect which is needed. This is the plant of Adathoda. So it is a commonly seen plant in our places. So this is the flower. This belongs to the family Acanthaceae. Next is Phyllanthus. The binomial name is Phyllanthus neruri. Sometimes Phyllanthus neruri is confused with the plant Phyllanthus amaris. Many of the members of Phyllanthus are medicinally important, or they are widely known as medicinal plants. All of us are familiar with the Nellica, that is Phyllanthus emblica. Then we have smaller form of this gooseberry, that is Phyllanthus acidus, which is commonly known as Irinellica. This one is Phyllanthus neruri or Kirarnelli, as it is known in Malayalam. It belongs to the family Euphorbiaceae. Now, Euphorbiaceae is a plant family, which has many members of wide medicinal properties. If we see this plant, all parts of this plant is medicinally important. It is an important plant in Ayurveda for the treatment of bronchitis, anemia, urinary problems, asthma, biliousness, diuretic. In Unani, it is stomachic and is used against severe dysentery. The roots are used for the treatment of jaundice. The name Phyllanthus neruri is coming from the function of this plant, that is, it relieves the edema in many cases, that is neer uri, which gives its name Phyllanthus neruri. It is a common plant widely plucked off as the tag weed. So this is an important plant for medicinal preparations. The next one is Rauwolfia, which is a widely commercialized plant. Its name is Rauwolfia serpentina, or commonly known as the Sarpagandhi. The English common name is Indian snakeroot plant. It is belonging to the family Apocynaceae. As the name says, the useful part is the root. Its distribution is from the sub-Himalayan regions of Punjab to Sikkim, and also in Assam, Andamans, and eastern and western Ghats in the southern parts, and also seen in Nepal. So it is commonly seen in the Indian subcontinent. If we come to the uses, the air-dried roots are used to make the drug serpentine or sarpagandha. The root is a narcotic one, that is, it gives intoxication, and it is also given as an antidote for snake bite. It is also useful if there is an insect sting. It lowers blood pressure and controls many mental illness. Root decoction is given for uterine contraction, commonly given during deliveries. Leaf juices reduces the opacities of the cornea, so useful for many eye disorders. Another drug which is obtained from this plant is reserpine. It is a remedy for hypertension, nervous breakdown, violent insanity, and bowel pain. So we can say that this is a widely commercialized crop because of the major compounds present in this plant and the wide uses in many medicinal preparations. So in this point, I would like to say that many of the plants that we come across around our home are having such properties, but we are not knowing many of the properties of these plants. So it is actually our ignorance which is stopping or blocking these plants from being used. So these are the various medicinal plants. With this, we conclude the session. I'll be discussing more topics in the next session. Thank you.